Big D Entertainment, in association with Dipsy Doodle Productions, presents The Dave Holly Hour, brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Enter as friends, leave as family. Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts, Chasers Food and Spirits, Excel Chiropractic, Quality Nails, and the Sioux Falls Arts Council. The Dave Holly Hour features Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment Conversations. A true lover of arts, entertainment, good food, and fun times, including an occasional Jack Daniels. Okay, so a few Jack Daniels. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome, first-time listeners, and welcome back those of you that consider yourselves to be long-time listeners, and everybody in between. We welcome them all, and welcome to August. Getting very close to that time to get the kiddos back to school. A couple of weeks, maybe? In just a few moments, it's Andy Gott and Manika from the KXRB Morning Show. Chatting with them was an absolute blast. Then later in the hour, the lovely and talented Miss Katie Wrede. But first, let's pop the cork on this bubbly little show.
Time to grab your favorite beverage, lift it high, and toast it to being Thursday, a.k.a. Weekend Eve.
Hey, the weekend isn't around the corner, it's here!
So long, hump day and your frumpy way. We say hello to Thursdays with opening nights. The weekend is near and we can see the bright lights. Yes, Thursday, you're so hearty, we can't wait for Friday, so a day early, we start the party.
Doesn't matter what you toast with, as we all have different tastes. There's different times of the day you might be listening here. I, of course, having my usual as I put this together, a Jasper Newton. That's a Jack Daniels, Diet Coke with a lime. You might be drinking water, milk, coffee, tea, beer, wine, or champagne. Whatever your beverage of choice, lift it high and toast to the ability to laugh at yourself. I still have some work to do in that category. I've been improving as I age, but I admire those that can do so naturally. Keep in mind that laughing it off, though, doesn't mean you get a free pass. You still need to take responsibility for your actions. But trust me, if you can laugh about it first, it makes taking responsibility easier. Cheers to the ability to laugh at yourself. The Weekend Eve Toast is brought to you by Chasers, West 12th and Ellis Road. Stop in for great food, great beverages, and fun times. Monday nights at 7, we play Dave Holly Hour Trivia. Chasers, your neighborhood gathering place. Honorable mention. What made Dave laugh, chuckle, chortle, downright slap my knee silly, or even shed a happy tear recently? Yesterday morning, after dropping my love off at her work, I needed something for the tummy. Fast food drive-thru, here we come. When the cashier was giving my debit card back to me, she dropped it, falls to the pavement. I obviously am too close, can't even open the door to reach down, so she apologizes and tries to retrieve it by reaching out the drive-thru window, but to no avail. Then she tells me to hang on just a minute. A very lanky young man starts to hang out the window and then tells the young lady, "Hang on to my feet." Needed the laugh and the smile, and my goodness gracious, they even said thank you. Later in the hour, we speak with Katie Wrede. In just a few minutes, Andy and Christine from KXRB. It's all ahead on the Dave Holly Hour. Serendipity Studio, art that moves you. Now showing all month long, Pathways. Wander, wonder, discover. This immersive exhibit invites you to reflect on the many ways we journey through the world physically, emotionally, and spiritually. From winding roads to inner transformations. Pathways explores how art can illuminate the routes that shape us, divide us, and connect us. Each piece tells a story. What will you discover on your path? And don't miss the Atrium Makers Market this Saturday. Browse a lovely indoor market full of handcrafted goods, unique art, and one-of-a-kind creations from local artists and makers. Learn more at serendipitystudiosd.com. Your favorite piece of art might just be waiting. Trio Jazz Club is an intimate music venue in the heart of Sioux Falls. It's family-owned and family-run. Ricardo and Mary Beth and the entire staff provide the art of hospitality, while the best local and regional musicians provide the smooth sounds. It's a great vibe with live music Tuesday through Saturday nights. The chefs and mixologists offer an amazing menu and beer and wine lists. Cocktails as smooth as the jazz. Join the club, Trio Jazz Club, across from the Washington Pavilion. Enter as friends, leave as family.
Never met a meal you didn't like. Here he is, Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everyone. Yes, it is a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment. I say it every time because it's true every time. And sometimes you get rewarded and you get swag from the guests that are coming in. Now, of course, the ultimate is when I get the Jack Daniels, but the KXRB hat is looking mighty fine on me today, kids.
Yes, it is.
From the KXRB Morning Show, we have Andy and Christine. Welcome.
Good
Thank you.
afternoon here. I guess
yeah.
whatever it is, morning, afternoon, whenever you're listening. Yeah,
Exactly. You know, that's
We're
the
used
thing
to
for a
saying good
podcast.
morning.
Exactly. Yeah. And then if you ever changed time slots,
Oh,
that was
boy.
a real bugger, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, that
Or
would be something if we were.
Sometimes when you change stations,
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah, I went 15 years not being at a station, and one day I all of a sudden said their call letters for no reason.
It happens, you know.
Yeah, I remember when I did, I was an ag director out at KXRB, out at KFK in Greeley, Colorado.
Sure.
1430 KFK. I went over to work at Laverne, and instead of AM 800 KQAD,
Yeah.
I gave AM 1430 KFKA. Let me change that. Yeah, and that was before, you know, recording and everything. So,
Sure.
So that was live.
Everything was live
Yeah.
back then. Yeah.
Did anybody call you out on it, though? That's
No,
the
but
thing.
when we're finished, I will tell you the favorite story of mine.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
Can't wait for that.
It'll be a dandy, trust me. I still haven't figured out how to word it nicely enough to put it out there.
Have a couple of Jack Daniels, and you're fine.
I do.
You'll find the words that way.
Yes. Well, I always, when I edit this, then, and actually,
No.
I don't edit the conversation.
Well, we're already enjoying some of your Dave Holly Hour water, which, by the way, is
Incredible.
fantastic.
Yeah,
Impressive.
it's lovely. Thank
Gotta
you,
get
Dakota
ourselves some
Splash.
water here.
Yeah. Yeah, you should.
We should.
We need to
Yeah.
get the powers that be to pay for some water.
I'll call
for
my
us.
Yes.
people.
All right.
You know, they need to give you more than a $200 budget for your swag.
Wow, you're telling us. It's a little
How
bit
did
more
he
than
find out?
200, a little bit more.
Okay, but still kind of feels like that. Pinching the pennies when it comes to
Yes.
that.
Yeah.
So how did you two end up being together for the KXRB morning show?
Well, she was here before I was.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So I first started with KXRB in July of 2019. Before that, I was with a TV station here in
Right.
town. And, you know, the job opportunity kind of happened. I
Mhm.
wasn't necessarily looking for the job in radio. I was always told growing up that radio is so hard to get into just because the jobs are few and far between.
Yeah.
So when this popped up in front of me, it was better hours, more pay, despite the budget that we have right now. And it was just a good opportunity. And then I want to say about like 7 or 8 months later, Andy came along then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I had been in radio for a while.
Right.
At stations in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. You know how it is in
Yeah,
radio. You
definitely.
bounce around
Yeah.
until you find the right spot. And I came here in February of 2020. And if you think about what was about to happen in
Yep.
March of 2020,
What happened?
our first few months were a little chaotic, to say the least, because the building got shut down.
Yeah.
We're trying to build chemistry with each other, and sometimes we're not even in the same building.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Definitely would have been.
Yeah. And to think about it, we weren't even the first people to close down our buildings right away. So we had a couple of weeks with each other, but we
Yeah.
didn't close down until like late into the COVID game, if you think about it.
And I mispronounce something about COVID on purpose. It's the pandemic.
Yeah.
We got pandammed.
That's a new one. I like it.
But yeah, it was, after that, once we kind of figured out how to do things and how to push the buttons, then the game was on, and we've been at it for 5.5 years now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. And such a joy to listen to you.
Yeah.
It's
Appreciate
a fun show. I had done country. I had done old AM radio and so forth, mornings quite often. And so I know the trials and tribulations that come along with that.
Oh, yeah.
And how sometimes equipment doesn't work.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have to make sure you don't mutter anything incorrectly.
Oh, yes.
You might get in bigger trouble than you ever thought. But it is a great show. I only get to drive a few days a week.
Yeah.
My wife has the car. We're a single car family. But sometimes I drive her to work then, and we're usually listening to you too, and just getting such a kick out of it. And first of all, I love the mix of country music that you guys have.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I am not... Well, I always say, no matter what, when people ask me and they found out I've been radio, they'll always say, "What's your favorite music?" It's never changed. Good.
Yeah.
Good music, yeah.
I like
Good
music.
answer.
Yeah, if it's good, I like it. And, when I first DJ'd in country music, it took a little getting used to.
Sure.
But that was a really good time in the mid-'80s.
Oh, yeah.
For artists coming along. And so a lot of those still remain in my heart when I hear them.
Yeah.
And even those that I thought at some points were like, really? And now you listen to them and go, that was really good too.
Different perspective.
Right. Yeah. And so I love the range that you guys cover versus, going to hot country type formats and so forth. And just seems like you two are having a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did that, because strange way to start your chemistry.
Yeah. Yeah.
At what point did you go, this is clicking?
Well, the caffeine helps.
Yes.
Caffeine definitely helps.
At least for me.
I don't know. I think it kind of clicked when we both fumble in front of each other. You know what I mean? Sometimes Andy will spill things in the studio, and that creates a whole different type of chaos for us. Or when our computer board system shuts down, we just have to make fun of ourselves for it because there's nothing that we can do.
Exactly.
Well, you have the ability to improvise.
Yeah.
I think that is a benefit to us. For today, for example, Christine and I were talking about the differences when you drive into Iowa from 29 and how the speed limit goes down dramatically and how those state troopers are waiting for you.
Yes, they are.
It's a shocker.
Yeah.
You
don't even have to be on 29. It might be 80 when you've gotten off at Omaha and headed toward Des Moines.
Yeah.
To go to a Kelly Clarkson concert.
Oh.
This sounds like a personal experience here.
Stepdaughter.
Oh, okay.
She has the same initials, KC.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we were doing that. I come out of the rest area.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, this is heavy. I better punch it to get in there. Sure enough, I do. And within a mile, I am pulled over.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
They were waiting for you.
Yes,
they just had your
were.
name, your license plate, and that was it.
I'm guessing then that maybe, Andy, you had something similar just happen?
Throughout my life, I've had those type of experiences, but I like to think that these days I'm older and wiser, but maybe not all the time. But that's what we like to do. That's when I find we have the best moments in our show.
Yeah.
Obviously, every radio station has a number of things where they have to hit these things throughout the day. We always do that every day, but when we find time to have a little fun and show our personality, I think that's what we
and
shine.
great word there, personality, because that in so many instances is lacking.
Yeah.
Because you can tell it's okay, I got to read this card, I got to read this time attempt, don't forget the bat. And it's just nice to hear personalities.
Yeah, that's the one thing AI can't give you.
Exactly.
Personality.
Or just even, I talk about Andy's mess ups. Me, I've had my few share of it, the Popeye impersonation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can bring that up. It's okay.
Legendary in our
You just
show.
got to laugh about it, you know?
Yeah. Well, and those are the things where, it was Popeye's birthday or something, and she, out of nowhere, did a Popeye impression, and it was the world's worst Popeye.
Oh, yeah. I had little to no caffeine.
Let's hear it.
Oh, no.
Oh, you sure? Okay. okay if I do that?
You're the one who brought this up.
I know I did. Should we just send him the clip and he can just play it?
So I'll give it to you. This is what it sounded like.
I mean, that was even better than the first time I did.
Pops guys, the Sailor Man.
My second impression of that is way better than the first. I always say that.
But what I did
Well, you can use mine from AI then
Thank you.
put your voice into it.
That's free.
Yeah.
That's free right there.
So I grabbed her audio because I knew how funny that would be. And we've been using that for the last year and a half now.
Oh, perfect.
So,
Yeah, well,
not all the time.
No.
It's fun because my first job out of college in radio was out in Colorado. And my first thing I had to do was cover the Denver Broncos training camp that year. And our little 16-foot trailer that we had, and then all these 65-foot land yachts for the stations from Denver. And right next to us was KHOW, and they had this legendary sportscaster, Tony LaMonica, K-House Sports.
Yeah.
And he and I got together one afternoon because he had missed the morning session. And so I had interviewed people, and so we switched tape because he says, well, I had to cover Terry Bradshaw filming a Conoco commercial in Denver.
Wow.
You want some of that tape?
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Absolutely.
And so we go in and we do that and exchange things. And he says, do me two favors. I said, okay. He says, first of all, never be afraid to ask a stupid question, even when you know it's a stupid question.
Oh, yeah. All the
Because
time.
you might get the greatest piece of audio that you hang on to for life.
Yep.
True.
I said, okay, what's number two then? He says, don't try to be me. Don't try to be Ted Koppel. Just be you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Good advice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that's what I like about this is because I never became a hard-hitting interviewer. You know, what were you doing the evening of April 23rd, 2025? That was just a few months ago. Can you
And
remember?
I don't even remember that.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No idea.
That's not me. You know, we're having a conversation. We're having a hell of a good time, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it's all
Well,
about.
you guys are off for the day now, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much,
I hope
yeah.
so.
Right.
We do
If
have
not,
some
we're in
Jack
trouble.
Daniels around here.
Right. I know we should. Why did we think about bringing some of that? Dave, if we only knew.
Oh, true. See, now you know for the next time around.
Yeah,
See,
there we
that's
go.
exactly right.
All right, take us through the typical morning because you guys are on from 6 to 10, Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
And what all are we as listeners going to enjoy from the two of you?
Boy.
Define typical.
Yeah.
'Cause I
There's
don't
no
really
such
think there's a
thing. Yeah.
typical day for us.
Yeah. Every day is a little bit different. But usually we come in a little bit before 4:30, and both try and just wake up for about an hour before
Yep.
we even look at each other. Then she comes into the studio around 5:30. And then we start prepping for the day. Now, for those who don't know, that means we're going over all the stories that are out,
Yeah.
whether it's a regional story, a local story. We're looking at our website. We're looking for stuff that might work for us, maybe what's not working, that kind of thing. And really just go from there. And then we're on the air at 6 and off and running.
Awesome.
That sounds about right. Even he's serious, by the way, about not seeing each other for the first hour and a half until we're, in the studio, just because it does take me a little bit to wake up without having my first sips of coffee. I usually wait till about 5 to start drinking coffee, and then I kind of get the motors running, so to speak.
Is the coffee still free in that building?
Oh, boy.
It is. She doesn't like it.
If I'm desperate, anyone can attest to that. If you are desperate in our building, you will take that coffee.
The coffee pot is older than Christine is.
Probably.
So
Or maybe I'm just about the same age as that coffee
Pretty
pot
darn
now.
close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
pretty close.
All right, we'll go one at a time here. Andy, what made you decide you wanted to get into radio?
Oh, boy. Well, I was a teenager, and it was my grandmother who came from that greatest generation.
Right.
And looked at me after I was done with puberty, and my voice had changed, and she said, well, you're not going to do anything else with your life. You better go into radio. And I loved music and everything, so I thought it was a good fit. Went to Brown College up in the cities, and I was off after that, off and running.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Christine, you've
Yeah.
already led into it with your doing the multimedia thing
Yeah.
and a TV station, and you rolled into this, you found it. But what made you say, okay, radio it'll be.
Yeah, I wanted to do something with media growing up. I remember when I was a kid listening to Delilah. I mean, who doesn't remember Delilah? And I remember calling the Delilah show when I was like 6 or 7. And I was so excited to talk to her. And I'm like, gosh, I want to be someone like that. Or at least some type of a voice, a personality for a community like Sioux Falls. And, you know, in college, I did both TV and radio. And I was the sports announcer for football and basketball. Did a little bit of baseball too. So I originally went to school for sports journalism, and I did that a little bit when I was in TV, and even now in radio, I do it outside of the show, and I love it. I love talking sports. I love just talking in general and just telling someone what's on my mind, what's the day like, what they can expect, and just sharing stories.
Yeah, I do know one thing we disagree on, though.
Oh boy, is it the baseball team?
Yep.
Well,
unfortunately, the W flag is hidden because they lost last night.
That's okay.
Well,
You
you and
can
I
stay
agree with
hidden.
it. Yeah, I'm a Cubbies fan.
Excellent.
Yeah.
There we go.
This is bad. I need to get out of
You've
this room.
been 2-1 now on this.
I just
Outvoted.
say,
She's
though,
used to that being a Sox fan.
I am. For the White Sox right now, having the best run since the All-Star break,
True.
I'm holding on to that right now.
Yeah, you got to
I'm
have
holding
something
on
like
strong
that.
to it. I'm sorry for the Twins fans out there with their haul recently.
Wow. You know, after having
rough go.
13 in a row that they did earlier in the year, and now to be below that, and right now I'm just hoping for Milwaukee to, after this streak of the multi-win games again, that they could lose about 8 in a row.
And on my side, I want the Brewers.
Oh,
Go Brewers.
boy.
I'm sorry. I know. I'm sorry. I just brought down the
As
mood
long as
like
you're
10
not saying
notches.
Cardinals, we're okay.
No, not Cardinals. Never been a Cardinals fan. Shivers.
Yeah, I had to. I don't say I had to, but we were down in St. Louis just over a month ago. And we went to a Cubs game.
Oh, nice.
Had great seats.
Yeah.
Had lots of water because it was over 100 degrees in terms of the feels like.
Oh, that's perfect baseball weather.
But we took the tour of the stadium beforehand, and they let us into the Cardinals dugout, and there's a picture of the Cardinal mascot. And so I've got my Cubs gear on, and I'm folding my arms over each other like, no! That was my picture.
I can't believe they let you down there in that Cubs jersey.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, and the month before we were at Wrigley and took for the first time, I mean, we've been there about a dozen times. We finally took the tour. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
even she can't say that's not amazing.
As much as I talk, garbage about the Cubs,
Right.
I do like going to Wrigley Field. It's
Historic.
just historic, and it's just such a an iconic stadium.
Yeah. And you know what I tell people is if you've never been, I don't care if you like baseball or not, 7th inning stretch, when you stand up and everybody sings,
you're going to feel something.
It's a piece of Americana.
Yep.
It is.
That's what it is. And it's just lovely.
So what was going through your mind? What was it? Early November 2016 when it happened. Is that what the noise was?
Well, that was my
Somewhat.
nose, except I felt sick to my stomach. So
that was kind of it. And then the tears started to come down.
Yeah, I think
I probably broke into Harry Carey at that time. As sure as there's God on this earth, the Cubs will win a World Series.
Oh, that sounds really good. Good job,
you.
Dave.
Oh, okay. So
Feels
I've
like
got
he's
one
in the
story to
room.
tell you after we're finished. Then I'll tell you my favorite Harry Carey story, too.
Yeah.
What about the music? I mean, I told you, that I like your mix of country versus other stations.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel when you're going through that? Because you obviously are younger than me. And so you probably didn't listen to some of those. Who do you like and who have you come to like?
That's a good way.
That's a good question.
Putting
I get
it.
in one per interview. So run with
That's it. This is it.
We've massaged that playlist, and one thing we like is it's so unique that we don't have a lot of people telling us what to do, what to play, because there's not a lot of stations like ours.
Yeah.
True.
So we get to basically kind of work it out together. We know what our listeners like the most, so we try and give them those eras. But we kind of massage it around the edges a little bit. Mainly 80s and 90s country. That's our bread and butter.
Yep.
but we like to throw in the classics, and then we like to bring specialty shows on the weekend as well.
And then another thing that I like is you're very topical, too. So if there's a country star that left the earth, you'll pick out some of those great hits and continue with that theme throughout the morning. Yeah. And there's regrettably, that list is getting longer.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
But, for me, when I was first in it, because I already liked the guy anyway, it was Charlie Daniels.
Oh, sure.
And just admired the heck out of him anyway. But then over the years, the one that I really started to pick up on was George Strait. Yeah.
Yeah, he's somebody who I didn't necessarily grow up with George Strait because my parents were a little bit older than that. So they liked George Strait all in good. But I was more into the Whalens and the Merles and Hank Jr. and stuff like that. But George Strait is certainly somebody who's grown on me. I mean, just the amount of hits he had, over 60 number one hits. How do you not love that?
Yeah, how do you not love that? Yeah. I think with my background, I credit my parents to my music library in my head. I mean, they exposed us to everything growing up as kids. For country, it was, I grew up in the era of Garth Brooks, Faith Hill, Tim McGraw, all like those strong ladies of the 90s, even a little bit of the 80s too. You gotta love Dolly, starting off with Porter Wagner. That was one of the first things my dad taught me. And he really loves Papa Top, not the Alan Jackson version, the older version of it. Can't get enough of that song. So, I mean, Dolly is always going to be my number one when it comes to someone that I've always loved. Someone that I've grown to love, I think it's Alan Jackson for me.
Hard to go wrong.
He's just has a lot of catchy songs that stick in your head, kind of like Taylor Swift, but not Taylor Swift having songs
and that's
in your head.
the first time Alan Jackson's been compared to Taylor Swift.
Exactly.
Get out the Taylor Swift marker.
Exactly. But I just think he has such a great story, and he's still, trying to perform as much as he can with his health conditions. And I like his music.
Yeah, I'm going to go Dwight Yoakam, too. That's another one who's really grown on me in the last few years. Yeah. I like almost everything that guy's ever done. And I always liked his songs, but I never really took a deep dive on him until recently. He's great.
And then one of my all-time favorites is Glenn Campbell.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Love Glenn Campbell.
And I had the opportunity to interview him one time. And he said it's all about the lyrics, and he says, and I have the best one. and some of them that I love, like by the time I get to Phoenix, she'll be rising. Wichita lineman.
Oh, great.
Yeah. I need you more than want you, and I want you for all time.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Southern Nights.
Southern Nights. I was thinking that.
So many great songs from him.
No doubt. Yeah.
It's funny with him. I actually remember him as an actor before I remember him as a musician because I watched the heck out of the movie True Grit. Probably younger than I should have.
Probably still watch it to this day.
I do watch it quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think of the state of country music now?
I think it's getting better.
I think it is.
Actually, if you would have asked me 10 years ago, her and I have talked about this. It was not in the best state. There was a lot of bro country, things like that.
Yeah.
But if you paid attention, it's changed really since Chris Stapleton really came on the scene. There have been a lot more singer-songwriters, and I think the internet has helped with that, actually.
The internet is a big factor, I think, in that. Even, I think, a little bit after Chris Stapleton, it became more so with Lainey Wilson, having that grit, Loretta Lynn-sounding voice, and just the way that her lyrics are. I think that's when it got into people's minds that country music is changing for the better. I also think of Zach Top, he's got that older country sound too to him. So it is coming back. And I think a lot of these younger artists are influenced by 90s country music. And we saw a big uptick in that in 2020, the pandemic, as you would say, Dave. Yes.
It's all cyclical, though.
And the thing that I've noticed, because I think we're probably on the same wavelength here, is that now when I listen to new country music, I finally go, there's different voices again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because for 10 years, they sounded all the same.
All the same. Yeah. Same sound.
Yeah. And it was just monotonous and annoying. And so my wife and I talk about this a lot, that, oh, yeah, well, I can recognize a tune from so-and-so. I can recognize, and now we're back up to a list over 10.
We are.
Instead of, okay, well, we still
yeah. I'm very encouraged by country music. I think it's in a good spot right now. It's in a heck of a lot better place than rock and roll is. Right now. I mean, if you're talking rock and roll, they're in trouble right now because they don't have a voice. At least country music has a voice.
It's hard to find that voice right now for rock. Yeah, even going into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame recently, I was just there. They were showing all the candidates that are eligible to go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and some of them, I think, they should have been in there a long time ago. Like Oasis, in my mind, probably should be in there. And then you look at some of these other artists that aren't rock and roll, like, Backstreet Boys are listed as one of them, I remember. And, my mom said pretty soon Taylor Swift will be in there. And it's like, okay, so who is
they already opened Pandora's box.
Exactly. It's like, who is that face of rock and roll nowadays? I don't have that answer.
Yeah, let's see. What age was Taylor Swift when she got the
15?
Academy of Country Music's Lifetime Achievement Award?
Well, yeah. When she got that award.
Well, that was even
and said goodbye.
early, but still later on in her career, believe it or not.
Yeah, like her or not, I mean, her career has just been very impressive.
She is one of the most incredible marketers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her philanthropy.
Yeah.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, when you give all of your crew $100,000 bonus.
You're going to make them happy.
You're pretty good. You're doing pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, I'll lug that amplifier along for another year.
Right, exactly.
I guess
Go
it wasn't so bad.
Please.
So when you were growing up, what was the dream job you thought you'd get?
Oh, boy.
That's easy for me. It's report for the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, okay.
It still is kind of the dream, I think. Years down the road, but it's still there.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to be a musician, so
this kind of relates to it, right?
Well, that's why, and going back to my grandma, she knew that I had a love for music. I wasn't quite good enough to be a musician myself, though.
Did she tell you that too?
So probably. Again, she was from that generation.
Honest grandma.
Was very honest there. So I like to be on the periphery of it here. So probably somewhere in music though. When I was
what instrument then?
I play guitar. So I played guitar because I thought that was going to get me all the ladies.
Well, should
not
we dive into that
not with that haircut. not with that haircut. Yeah, sorry.
I always thought guitar was great, though, just because it's a little rebellious. You can do so many different things with the guitar. So I fell in love with the guitar at a pretty early age. It's my favorite instrument. Yeah.
Did you play any instruments?
I did. Really? I played the piano. Not very well, but I did.
Yeah.
It was good enough. I mean, it taught me to read music and to be able to sing in choirs growing up. So.
And you didn't become a drummer then? Because that's like the number one.
My sister had a set of drums when we were kids.
But, at least where I grew up here in Rock Rapids and the surrounding area, it seemed like if you wanted to play drums, you had to take 2 years of piano.
Yeah, just to get somewhat of a rhythm going.
Yeah. So it's strange what comes about. But I tell you what I really enjoy is when somebody tells me they're self-taught on something. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
You just had that and it clicked for you.
My sister was that way. She could play anything by ear, and it made me mad when I was
I'd like to see the inside of her brain. Anyone who can do that, the inside of their brain.
Do you find yourselves finishing each other's sentences and knowing where you're going on a particular track?
Sometimes. About we know where each other.
We know where we're going, finishing each other's sentences. I mean, I don't think I can ever. I'm a twin, so I don't think I can ever be in sync with someone else that's not my sister. But I think we're at the point now where I know what he's thinking. Like I can just tell on his face.
Yeah, we have an idea of when somebody wants to finish a break, when they want to keep going, that kind of thing, without even saying anything,
Right.
just because we've been doing it for a while, and the mannerisms you can have, body language, that kind of thing.
No
So-
hand signals, no cue cards.
Sometimes some hand signals.
Sometimes we do the wrap it up thing,
yeah.
or cut it, if a segment's going too long, something like that. We do have to do the hand signals behind
Choking
the
signal, that happens sometimes. Andy's done that sometimes, drinking water, saying, nope, I
boy.
can't go. Go do it.
Yeah, there have been a few times. I
There's
mean,
been a
I'm
few
sure, Dave,
times.
you've had these experiences.
yeah.
You're on the
Oh,
air
yeah.
for whatever reason, your throat's not working or
Yeah.
whatever, and somebody else has got to continue on for a while.
I never
Just
got
stretch it out.
laryngitis in my life until I got into radio.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah. And then,
It knocks you out for a couple of days.
yeah.
It's done that to me.
Yeah.
One year when we were doing our Cure Kids Cancer Radiothon, which is 12 hours each day.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By day 2, the first time I did it, my voice was going there a little
It's
bit.
gone for me by the weekend. By the way, that's coming up at the end of September. Cure Kids Cancer Radiothon. Put a little plug in there.
There you go.
This time of the year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. What's your favorite story you have in terms of being in radio?
You're going to have to, Andy, you take this one first. I'm going to have to think
Well,
about this
I mean, I
one.
hate to say it, but I already told it. It was the Popeyes.
Oh my God. Out of your entire career, that's it.
my entire career?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was going to say, if that's the highlight, we got to do something else.
man.
because-
It's, well, honestly, for our career, I think it really is Cure Kids Cancer Radio.
Yeah.
That is the time of the year where, we get together 24 hours in 2 days, and we're able to tell so many amazing stories about such resilient individuals who are so young, and they're going through something that none of us have ever even considered going through. And to be able to tell their stories and empathize with them, and to raise the type of money that we've raised over the years, is something we're pretty proud of.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that can top that. I also like being a part of the events. We get a lot of opportunities being in radio, like with the Lolly Cooler Music Festival. We were a big part of that. And to just see Sioux Falls come together for a local music festival like that.
Pretty cool.
It was so cool. I mean, the sea of people, I've never seen anything like that here in Sioux Falls. And to just be a part of that inaugural festival, that's something to be
Huge.
proud of,
No
too.
doubt
It's
about it.
huge.
Yeah. And then you and I met a couple of years ago.
We did.
Yeah. You were a judge for a comedy thing for, I can't remember what the
Junior Achievement.
Junior Achievement, thank you. And I was the MC. And so that's when we met the first time.
You had a lot of facts about me off the top, and I'm like, whoa, you must really listen to our show.
It's
If you know
something.
so much. Exactly.
Yeah,
It's his
my
job,
wife
Christine.
says I don't listen, but other times I do.
You do
Yeah.
listen. I can attest to that.
All right, your first time guests, so you each get a particular question. You'll get the same one. How you answer the first one depends on whether we ask the second. So,
Oh.
when you are not part of arts and entertainment, what do you like to be entertained by?
Oh, well, for me, it's nerdy history documentaries and just old school history documentaries. We're talking Revolutionary War, Civil War, that kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. But I mean, is that arts and entertainment? I guess I don't know.
Sure.
Oh,
You're
but
watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm watching it.
yeah. For us lately, it's
I love hiking too. I'm a big fan of going out into nature and just being by myself for a couple
all right.
hours.
So you took care of the second, which is any other hobbies.
Yeah.
All right, Christine.
Yes. Oh boy. When I wanted just to turn my mind off, which could be tough to do at times, I like watching trash TV. My kick right now is 90 Day Fiance. That's what it is right now. Before it was, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. And even when I'm, having that hour to myself before we get going for the show and for the day, I've been watching Dr. Phil reruns, but only the ones that I'm like really interested
That's
in.
not
Like
working
you
out
got
for you.
catfished and you got scammed out of
got
90
good
grand.
advice.
Yeah.
It's good advice, So, and it makes me feel better about my own personal
That's
life.
true.
So that's just, it's horrible of me to say that, trash TV, but it's something if I just want to, wind down for the day and just to get ready mentally for the next day. I'm also a big workout advocate. I'm a big
Okay.
health and fitness girly. I like to go to the gym, run on the trails. basically after the show, after we're done working for the day, I have the time to do that. And then when I'm not doing either of those things, I'm out and about downtown Sioux Falls. I'm having dinner with one of my good friends, Sadie Houir, or Hannah. You
saw
had her on the
again
show
the other day.
You
Sadie.
did?
Yes.
How is she?
She's wonderful, as always.
Oh, yeah. She's just so great. Her and her husband, Eric, are wonderful. And then my husband.
And then could he be any better looking?
Are you talking about Eric? Yeah, well, yes. You know?
Wow.
We say that about both of our men, Chris and Eric. We're like, can we have landed two better guys? I don't think so. Yeah, but they're awesome. I love what she has done for the community and what he's continuing to do here in South Dakota. And then, my own husband, Chris, he's a professional golfer. So I'm lucky enough where we have the freedom pretty much, I'd say, majority of the weekends to go out and see him play golf and to travel with him and to see what he loves to do and be a part of that realm and still get my sports fix too.
Yeah. Well, when you were talking about you love running, it's like so you can cover the bases better than socks.
That's where you need the rim shot there.
Man, I'm a distance runner. I can't say I'm a good sprinter, but if you need me in a pinch, I can be there.
All right.
Pinch hitter, maybe? Yeah.
Maybe.
Andy Gott, Christine Manika, thank you both so much. What a joy to get to know you both a little bit better. And I'll continue listening and appreciate you taking the time to be here. And, of course, the cap.
Yeah, you're looking good in it, my friend.
I try.
We have to bring you a shirt to match it.
There we go.
Time.
We'll be back with more of the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment. Trio Jazz Club, your soundtrack for the week starts here. From high energy funk to smooth piano vibes, they've got a full slate of unforgettable live performances coming your way. Tonight at 6:30, buckle up for the Dirk Quinn Band, a funk and jazz fusion group out of Philadelphia, known for their electric energy and coast-to-coast tour. On Friday night, the Jeremy Quick Trio takes the stage, led by guitarist and composer Jeremy Quick, bringing soul, skill, and a deep love for jazz shaped by years of study and performance. Don't miss a local favorite, North Main Blues Review on Saturday night, featuring Dan Peterson, Will Primes, and Brian Oakley. A trip guaranteed to bring the groove. Tuesday at 6:30. Settle in with Steve Smith on their house grand piano for an evening of smooth, expressive playing. And Wednesday evening, closing out the week, is the David Bixler Duo, a celebrated saxophonist and Latin Grammy winner. Bixler brings decades of experience, storytelling, and passion to the stage. Tickets available now at triojazzclub.com, where the jazz is live and the vibes are real.
Ladies, when it's time to give your nails some love, get that extra special treatment from Quality Nails on South Minnesota Avenue in Sioux Falls. Manicures and pedicures that look great and make you feel fantastic. Zaya and Tony don't simply provide the service, they provide professional care for your hands and feet. Whether you just want the basics or you're looking for an extra special look with an added flair. Oh, and guys, it's okay to treat yourself too. Quality Nails on Minnesota. Call for an appointment, 605-334-1463.
He's a bit flirtatious, but most of all, fun. Once again, here's Dave Holly.
Welcome back, everyone. It's in my contract. I've told you that. I have to read this. It is always a pleasure to talk Sioux Empire Arts and Entertainment. Now, past segment, we had two people that had not been on the show before. This lovely lady is making at least her third, I think maybe even fourth appearance on the show. Musician Katie Wrede. How are you?
Good, as always. Lovely
Excellent.
to talk with you again, Dave.
Yeah, always a fun time. And you've been busy.
Yes.
First of all, congratulations at an idea that I actually gave you. Worked out to get Matt Morrison
Yes.
involved in Common Ground.
Yes, you are quite the matchmaker. I appreciate that.
I just had him on the week before last, and he was just, enthralled that things. Well, it took us a little while, but then we finally got things to mesh. And so he's very happy about that, and I'm very happy about it too, because I didn't want to see Common Ground just become a solo act.
Yeah.
Not that you're not spectacular on your own.
No, I agree. There's nothing about common ground if it's just one person. Yeah. There's nothing common about that.
Monoground.
Yeah, monoground, exactly.
But in the meantime, you have joined a group that just got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Surfin' Safari.
Yes.
And so, how many months now you've been with them?
Joined like in the spring of this year. So
Okay.
yeah, it's been going strong.
Now, you did have a listener last night when you're Mondays at McKinnon. Mm-hmm. But it was too crowded that Carrie couldn't get down there with Charlie to see you.
Yeah.
But she did say, tell Katie she harmonizes great with those guys.
Oh, thank you.
That you're doing a great job. So
Appreciate it.
yeah. Do you get any leads on anything, or is it mostly harmonizing and so forth in that group?
Yeah, and that's the cool part about Surfin' Safari is everyone carries equal weight.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's harmonizing, everyone's playing, and then we each take turns leading the songs,
Okay.
which kind of showcases the different
Right.
personalities and talents of the members in the group. So
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, some absolutely incredible people that are involved in that too. Yeah.
I'm very, very, very lucky to have been invited to play with them. It's been
So
been a good
have you
experience.
adopted the gear that they normally wear? You going a little Hawaiian or anything?
Yeah, there's definitely different themes and outfit changes that we do. Some of them have patterns. Like last night, we did the beach theme. So I have this dress that matches the guys' button-up shirts and things.
Okay.
Or sometimes it'll be like one of those 50s dresses that kind of just matches whatever they're wearing. So yeah, we do have I guess a team-spirited approach when it comes to how we dress.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how did you get involved with them? How did this opportunity pop up?
It was totally random. I just got a call from Rick, who is kind of the head honcho of the group right now. And he said, we've had some personal changes, and I have seen you before at like the Honor Flight gig and just kind of around Sioux Falls, and would like to know if you'd like to join us. And it was interesting because I have grown up knowing about them my whole life, and I would always watch them on stage and say how amazing it would be to be involved with a band like that.
Right.
But I never in a million years would have dreamt that they would be calling me, asking them to join just completely out of the blue. So of course I was like, yes, immediately.
Yeah. And well, for one thing, you add some color. I think there was one picture that you had. You've got this beautiful yellow dress on.
Oh, at the
rest of
Levitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also, you bring along plenty of professionalism and all of that with your skill set, but also a little more youthful. I've been trying here for this past half minute to decide, how do we say this? That you are the youngest of the group.
I am the youngest of the group. I think Dave likes to joke and say that I met their criteria. I have to be young and good looking. So he tells everybody that when they
Well, he
mention
tells
it.
the truth then.
Yeah, we're all young and beautiful.
Yeah, it's so fun to see that you got involved with them because, I've been around them for years too.
Yeah.
And just always been appreciative of what they do. And, there are so many great different groups in this community that people don't know about. And what I love about Surfin' Safari is, there's a lot of things that Mogan's Heroes does in a very similar way. But Surfin' Safari takes it more to the beach side and so forth. And it's just so great that, there can be some similar type groups, but yet everybody's in a standalone. It's one of those situations where everybody has their sound.
Yeah, absolutely.
And how do you describe their sound then?
We are a 50s and 60s rock band. So we do covers of all of the songs in that genre. And like you said, a lot of them are kind of like Beach Boys leaning, hence the name Surfin' Safari.
Surfin' Safari.
And we are a very fun group, I would say. I have never been a part of a band that's been just the environment has been so much fun, and I already have fun playing music, but truly it feels like we are just having the time of our lives when we're performing there, and the crowd that we bring are also fun, and they're all dancing and just having a really good time. And so that's, I love that about this band.
And it shows too. Yeah. So what did you have to adapt to coming into this group?
That's a good question. I think as far as the adapting part was, I think it's so easy for me to be myself in this group. And sometimes, when you're playing with different groups, you're not totally sure if you're going to be accepted for all of the weird, quirky things that you are. And that's been something that was an adaptation, but not as a bad thing. I was immediately embraced by these guys, and you are able to be yourself in all of the weirdness and funny that it brings, because we all have our own personalities and stuff. So that was definitely something that was an adaptation, but also that I'm so grateful for, because I'm able to let my personality really shine through.
They have a lot of gigs that they play throughout the year. Yeah, so that keeps you pretty, hopping and so forth. But what about the Common Ground?
Yeah.
You're still getting some things booked throughout the year and so forth. Awesome. Awesome. Common Ground, by the way, of course, did have the opportunity last year to be in a Vaughty show.
Yes. And we're always happy to say yes.
Oh, yeah. No doubt about that. And there may be a request coming very soon for that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. And so what other things are you hoping to accomplish musically in your career?
Oh my gosh. Well, we've talked a lot about Surfin' Safari. I want to continue with them as long as they'll have me. And Common Ground, obviously, I want to continue working with that. I have kind of put my own music on the back burner since I've been so busy, and I'm focusing on my business, which has nothing to do with the music scene. So eventually I'd like to do some more recording and writing when it comes to that.
Right.
But yeah, I guess for the most part, I'm just kind of taking it one day at a time and letting things unfold naturally. So, yeah.
Do you miss the writing your own music?
I do, but at the same time, I'm kept so busy by everything else that I know that there's certain seasons to life, and I'm okay with that.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
So what else is going on that we should be aware of when it comes to catching Katie someplace that she's playing?
Oh my gosh. I would say just going to Surfin' Safari's website if you like the 50s and 60s music. So that's Surfin' Safari SD, as in South Dakota, .com, and commongroundmusicians.com.
Musicians.
Yes.
All right.
Yep, with an S. And then you can find our show dates. And I did drop the ball with Common Ground this year because our email wasn't working.
Oh,
and no one informed me that our email wasn't working. So now that that's fixed, hopefully we'll have more gigs next year. But both Matt and I were joking about it, and we had a lot of things already going on this year, and we didn't mind having a little bit of a lighter schedule.
Yeah, well, he was just on recently, and it was kind of weird. He says, I really don't have much the rest of the summer.
Yeah.
But then he's, filled up with things for the fall.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty busy being in productions and leading bands and playing and everything else. But he's kind of a one-man band. Was that fun when he came into Common Ground?
Oh, my gosh.
Of everything that he could bring?
Yeah, 100%. And just not only his musical talent, but just the type of person that he is. And that goes kind of along the lines of what I was saying about Surfin' Safari, is that it's really important, obviously, to have the talent and having that, be a main focal point when you're creating a band, but also the people that you have in that band is a really crucial part in making it so successful. You have to get along, you have to have the same values, and be able to work together really well. And I think that is something that I really appreciate about Matt, is that he definitely checks all the boxes on that. So
the word that comes to mind for me when it comes to Matt is genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's exactly that. But a lot of the guys in Surfin' Safari, the ones I know at least, there are a few I don't, and, same types of things. They're not just good musicians, they're good people.
Yeah. Yep. I've never experienced on the Surfin' Safari side leadership that has been so respectful and so like goal driven, and it's a really collaborative approach, and you can tell that Rick really cares about his members and wants them to do well and wants the band to do well. So I feel very in a good place being with Surfin Safari.
What's coming up with them throughout the rest of the year that you're really looking forward to? It's like, going to be kind of a highlight.
Oh my gosh. I think already I've had a ton of highlights with this group, but we're going to be out in Deadwood doing a show. We're also going to be still going back to the Grand Falls Casino, which we've already done, and Okoboji. I've never actually played at Okoboji before, so I'm looking forward to that. But I think the highlight that you kind of alluded to in the beginning was the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And I've never been involved with that. And even though I've been with them a short time, I'm very honored that they still asked me to be a part of that event in October.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good things.
Yeah. Lots of great things. It's keeping me busy. It's sometimes just even talking about this, my head is kind of spinning because it's just incredible what has been coming down the line for me in my music career. And I'm just so grateful for everything, truly.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. How'd this all get started for you being a musician?
We'd have to travel all the way back to the 90s. I think my first encounter with music was a Barney piano. One of those like xylophone type things that look like Barney. Kind of creepy when you think about it. But yeah, that was in my parents' basement, and I was playing probably very horribly and singing very horribly. And I got involved with piano lessons at the age of 5. And the rest is history, I guess.
What about vocal lessons? Or have you never really taken any?
No, I did. In college, I took some vocal lessons, and that really made a difference as far as building my confidence and not singing in my falsetto, shy, timid voice. There's some clips that I'll probably never share publicly of me singing on the streets of Sioux Falls with the Downtown Street Musician Program. And the difference between the vocal style then versus now is a lot different because of the vocal lessons I had, and then also just a lot of years of practice.
Right. The thing that I think of the first time that I had you on the show, at that point, you were basically saying, no, it's music. I write my songs for my keyboard, piano, and so forth. And then I finally got to see you in Common Ground years ago, and it's like, okay, well, she does sing from time to time. And then all of a sudden, things progress, and you become more active in vocals. And it's just always fun to see somebody that already has one great skill set add to that. And very happy to see that you've been able to accomplish that. And just very happy to see what all has come about for you because of that. And so that's a great thing.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Oh, you're quite welcome. I appreciate you a lot. Carrie and I will often just kind of say, well, really, she's an adopted daughter.
Yes, I think of you the same. You guys know that. Yes.
Yeah, so that's always cool. But so you've got a lot of fun stuff coming up. What about Katie when she's not up on stage? How different is that person from the show person?
Oh, I would say that I am a very what do you call it? I am like everybody else that has different modes. And so when I'm on stage, I'm giving it 110% and I'm excited to be there. And so that is my happy, energized self. Usually I might have a little energy drink beforehand just to really dig in there. But otherwise, I would say that it's pretty much the same. I mean, obviously, there's some times when the tech isn't working or you can't hear yourself on stage and you still have to act like you can. But that's just part of the showmanship of performance. But really, it's all one and the same as far as who you see on stage is truly how I feel inside when I'm
and that's
singing.
always a nice thing to come across as well. Like we were talking about the guys from Surfin Safari and Matt, genuine.
Yeah.
And I would say you were very genuine too. It's like, oh yeah, that's our Katie.
Yeah.
And it's just so fun to watch. All right. Who around town is an artist that maybe you would like to play with at some point?
Ooh. It's interesting that you asked that, because as you were talking about my journey and where I've been, I was just thinking about all the different areas that I've been exposed to. Then that's all helped me grow. So I started in classical, and then classical trained with piano, which is completely different from what I do now. And then I went into some Johnny Cash, and then into 50s, and obviously with Common Ground, folk acoustic. And I've also played in some metal, kind of metal rock bands, heavy rock, which was definitely a growing experience for me. So I would say, I would love to get into maybe more of a jazzy type group. Man, I don't know how to pick a single person, but I would like to explore all the different genres, or even kind of that bluegrass type music would be so fun. I don't know. I think maybe if I could explore all the different genres before I die, that would be amazing. That's
your bucket list, huh?
Yeah.
Or at least the music bucket list.
So if anyone needs a singer or piano, let me know. I'd like to see if we'd be a good match.
All right. In the meantime, you having been here several times before, you get a different question now than you used to.
Okay.
What is the title of your autobiography going to be?
I don't know if you can put me on the spot like that, Dave.
I tend to.
I haven't even had coffee yet today. The title of my autobiography for my life?
Yeah.
Depends on how you're at, which day you're asking me to title it. Some days it would just be all caps, just dumpster fire. Or maybe just good luck as people navigate the story up and down and up and down and up and down. But I don't know. I guess maybe I would just leave it untitled, and then people can make their own.
Untitled, the autobiography.
I know that's not a very good response, but if I ever make an autobiography, I'll let you know what I
see. As we're saying this and you say that, I'm kind of thinking that maybe it should be you tell me.
Yeah, you tell me. Yeah, honestly, that's probably a really good. There's a comedian that I follow on social media, and she wrote kind of an autobiography, and hers is called Idiot. I don't think I would name mine that,
right.
But it kind of is that same energy.
You're anything but.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
All right, Katie Wrede, always a pleasure to see you and get a little time to chat, and we'll be following you down the road, I'm sure. All right. And we'll be back to wrap up the Dave Holly Hour in just a moment.
Dr. Perry Langston and Dr. Corey Tooney know excellence is in you. That's why they provide you with excellent care at XO Chiropractic, improving your overall health in spirit, body, mind, and will. Get results the natural way. Arrange a consultation, 605-332-9235 or exokairos.com. Excellent care for excellent people. XO Chiropractic, located at 4309 South Racket Drive in Sioux Falls.
Once again, Dave Holly.
Thanks again to my great guests, Andy and Christine and Katie Wrede. Thanks to all of you for taking the time to download, listen, to share the show on social media. So take a few minutes and look at DaveHollyHour.com. There's more than just the 286 episodes that are available anytime. And be looking for a little bit of a revamp here in the next couple of weeks. I encourage you to go find your art. Find the art you enjoy. Find the art you're interested in trying. We'll see you in the arts. As the Sioux Falls Arts Council says, together we art. As Art South Dakota says, home is where the art is. As I say, put some art in your heart. Remember, my name is Dave Holly, and for me, every day is a holiday.
The Dave Holly Hour has been brought to you by Trio Jazz Club, Sioux Falls' premier jazz club. Serendipity Studio Gallery and Gifts, Chasers Food and Spirits, Excel Chiropractic, Quality Nails, and the Sioux Falls Arts Council. Stay up to date on the show by following on Instagram and Facebook. All episodes available anytime at DaveHollyHour.com. The Dave Holly Hour is produced in the Dipsy Doodle Studios by Big D Entertainment.
Thanks for listening.